Awesome. All right. Well, welcome, you guys. Congrats on being here today. We're so excited to have you. And there's so much good information we're going to cover. Great things are happening. I just can feel it all coming together. Our team is really pioneering. We are putting together some tools that really haven't ever been used before, and they're going to really, I believe, make a huge impact in our ability to serve people and make it easier for coaches so that we can keep a balance in our life and people get better support, better training, better results, long-term results, and coaches can come in and get started easier. And it's going to just keep getting better and better and better. And I know the company is on to this as well. The company is working on tools similar to this, but they're just behind us, and they're going to be behind us about a year. And I don't want to wait a full year. So we're just going to pioneer it ahead. So thank you again for your support. And today we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff, but I first of all, I just wanted to throw it, or I'll do this, Teresa. We'll save some time for you to talk about the Falling into Health group so that we can make sure we know what you need for that and make sure we're on track for that before we finish up. Does that sound good? Awesome. Thank you for all your work in there, everybody. It's just been fun. I got one client already from it, so I'm so happy. She was in there and it was a little bit confused, and I said, would you like to just meet and let me go through your specific goals, and you can kind of use the information from the group as supportive tools? And she's like, yes, I would love that. So we met for a health assessment and she joined. She's like, oh, this is awesome. I'm so excited. So it was perfect stepping stone. So yay. Anyways, okay, guys. So first things first, we have something that is a huge tool for us sitting right under our noses that I don't think we even recognize we have. It is the key for us to have a successful, booming business. And would you guys like to know what it is?
Yeah.
It is our client support groups. So for some of us, it's Be a Loser Like Me. For some of us, it's Highway to Health. But it is truly the best thing we have going for us right now. And the reason why I know this, I've been working with a consult person who has been the admin in the Susie Heyman team. She and I met after Sundance, and she said, I'd love to just go through with you and your administrator to look at your groups and see how we can help you get your groups working for you. And so I'm always open to learning. So I went ahead and have been working with her the last few days, and we are learning so much. So first of all, what we have is amazing. You guys have been amazing. We have a great group in there, but it can be better. And what we're wanting to do is create so much community, so much culture, energy, excitement, that anybody who's in there is going to feel lifted and boosted when they're there. How do you guys want that, right? That's what we want. Okay, so in that, we want if each of us take ownership, like it's part ours, like this is our baby, this is our team, our group, our catalyst for success. If each of us take ownership and we're present in there, and our clients see our leadership and our example, they will start, as we guide them to that, they will start to really take ownership of their health journey in there as well. And that's where we see coaches rising to the top. That's where we see that happening. It's just not, it doesn't happen by itself. We kind of have to guide it along. And so it really can be the lifeblood of our business if we do it right. So we have a few changes, a few things we're going to do, nothing earth-shattering, but there's going to be a couple things that we're going to do in there. And I'd love your take on it. I'd love your input as we go through this. So the way that it's set up now, we've just basically let coaches be admins simply so that they can add their own clients in and not have to wait for anybody to allow them to be let in. We've made it so that some admin has to let people in because we don't want to have there just be a bunch of people dumped in there and we don't even know who they are or where they came from. But that's been a little problematic because still some admins have allowed people in. We don't know where they came from. It's a little bit willy-nilly right now. And there are some guidelines that we probably need, which we don't have currently. So I would love to just go over them with you briefly and let you see these. And again, it's great. And we're going to continue to move forward with it and make it better. So let me just share my screen. And then we'll go through these really quick. Oops. TJ, would you let me share my screen? Thank you, darling. All right, so we're gonna go in here. Be a loser like me, rules for new coaches, guidelines, general guidelines. I like that word. So we wanna make sure that as we bring in a new coach that they go through the guidelines first and then they are made a moderator. Moderators are different than admins. They can do similar things, but there's some things that we would not want them to do. So this is going to help us be able to, hang on one second. This is going to help us be able to make sure they understand that before they get started, exactly what they'll do and what they wouldn't do. So general guidelines: do not change the settings whatsoever in the group. This includes keywords. So the settings are set and they stay just how they are. When you see there's a member request, your only action is to decline. If you see someone from some weird country that has no friends in the group, as an executive director, you will be an admin in the group. Any executive director or beyond will be an admin. So you would decline, you would not approve. Just never accept. Just, you can decline if you see someone that looks kind of strange. Please don't touch member requests. Pretend they're not there. We're going to have Linda predominantly will be doing member requests, so we can make sure that everybody that comes in should be there. If you happen to look through the moderator activity log, which is on the left-hand side of the group, and you see that one of your posts or comments has been removed, please don't reverse the action. Your coach will come to you and discuss it. If they don't, please reach out to them. So don't be upset if something gets removed. There was just something that maybe was a little bit off. That's okay. Please don't get upset. We haven't had any problem with this, and I don't anticipate we will. But these are just some really great guidelines that were presented, and I think they have merit. If you see any action in the activity log by me or Linda, don't undo it. It's there for a reason, and this is kind of stringent. We'll have to revoke your admin moderator rights as a result. I doubt that will, that's not a big deal. But just let everything just be, because we're doing everything exactly how we've been trained. So, and please don't remove comments or posts by us, because we're trying to follow the books here. And then this one was interesting. Don't tag your clients in your posts. You may tag clients in posts that might benefit them. Like if you see a recipe, a hack, or a really inspiring story or something, tag your clients that you feel this would really benefit. But no shout outs. This can make other clients upset that their own coach doesn't do this, and we don't want that. So if you make a post and then you tag all your clients in it, some other coaches' clients may feel like, well, they don't do that for me or whatever. So just post the post and let people see it. And we will have them see it. If we're really in there and doing a lot, people are going to see it because they're going to be drawn into it. So try not to show favoritism for, this or whatever. TJ, I know you had some thoughts about this one when we went over it earlier. Do you want to add anything about this?
Yeah, so this is the area where I was just, we need to learn to layer. We hear about layering all the time. Layer them owning their own journey within here. So if they've had a non-scale victory, when they're talking to you, get excited about it and say, hey, you know what, when you're in Be a Loser Like Me, we talk about community. It's 25% of our program, community. Part of that is not just going to be a loser like me and gleaning things like recipes and supports and encouragements. It's also being part of the community and giving back. throw that out there. Let those people encourage you, but also encourage them because you've been able to do this or you've been able to do that. You can sit down crisscross applesauce. You can put your wedding ring on. So get really excited for them and get them to own, hey, I'm down 25 pounds. This is so exciting. It creates even more stirring towards becoming a coach. It creates more excitement when it's people and not always us coaches putting stuff out there. So encourage them to do it instead of tagging and saying, oh my gosh, you know, this person is doing this or this person's doing that. And some coaches aren't doing that for their clients. It's okay. But I'll tell you what, the power behind this has been incredible to ask people to do stuff. So, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later.
Right. Right. So like that, I agree. I think it's good. So just as an example, if your client's doing really great and you shout them out and tag their name and say, hey, look, so-and-so is doing this and that, they've been fine, right? But we're just trying to level it out so that, because some people's coaches don't do that. So we just don't want them to feel like, gosh, you know, nobody notices me or no one recognizes me. So encourage them to post for themselves. I agree. I think that's really powerful. So, and then this one was interesting too. Don't ask questions and be a loser like me about program. Like, hey, could this fit for Elaine and Green? Could we do that? How about this? If we're the admin, if we're the moderator, we should know those answers. And if we don't know them, ask them in team synergy so that we can answer those questions. Then you can take it back to the group rather than ask it in the group, because we want to look as if we know the answers in there. Okay, so admins, when deleting a comment or a post in Be a Loser Like Me, there's a place that you can leave feedback. So when you click the button to remove it, a box pops up. And in that box, you can either choose the rule that was violated or write your own notes for feedback. For coaches or for rules that were broken that aren't listed, as we have only room for 10 rules at once. Sorry, just making sure she can get that. If you accidentally close that box out without leaving feedback, you can go into the activity log and leave a note. So it's really easy. There's instructions on how to leave notes for the activity log at the bottom of this. Moderators shouldn't be deleting anything. If they see something that needs to come down, they just take a screenshot and send it to their coach. And if they're unsure whether or not they're an admin or a moderator, if you're an ED or above, you're an admin. If you're a coach that's not yet ED, you'd be a moderator. So that's how that would work. Only welcome your new clients in the designated welcome message, which will be pinned at the top of the group. And we really want to make a big deal of this. So if there's a welcome post at the top of the group, and there you have comments, and in the comments, that's where you're going to tag your new client, and you can tag a welcome post. You can create a picture. You can put their picture in there. You can do a lot of stuff. And then each week, we're going to just like celebrate those people. Everybody, when you go in to add a new client, be sure you comment on the client before you, like the one that's just up from you before where you're about to type, comment and welcome them so that everybody's getting messages of welcome when they bring a new client in. And then each week we're going to just delete those comments, repost the post and start fresh. So every client that comes in for a full week gets that's their time to be really welcomed in. A lot of good energy around that. Lots of people welcoming them. We want everybody to feel really special. So rather than have it go dragging on forevermore, we're just going to do it a week at a time, clean it up, make it really special, and really welcome those people in. So does that make sense? Okay, does anybody have any questions so far about these or comments? Go ahead, Rick.
Just about the very last one. So when you say week, so is it kind of like a Monday to Monday? So like if a client joins on a Sunday, for instance, or Friday, then they would just be in there for those couple of days.
Yeah, so it says here, inviting new members for the group. I think it says it down here. That it goes.
Yeah, it's in there if you just keep going through the thing. It'll answer your question.
Yeah, it tells you don't put them in on a Sunday night because it's going to go Monday to Sunday night. So just wait until the following day to welcome them in so they have a full week of
Oh,
it. So if you want, if you bring in a new coach, like, or a new client, let's say after Friday, just if you still got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's good. But if you wanted to wait until Monday morning to put them in, then they'd have a full week.
okay.
I mean, you can add them. You just wouldn't post their welcome, right?
Hey,
Yes.
Jan, I have a question.
Yeah.
If we add in a new coach, so when we put our coaches, or if they're already in as a client, they become a coach, we change them to be a moderator?
Yes.
That's what we do?
Once they are, I think Linda would do that for us. She'll take care of that. But once they go through these rules and understand their role as a moderator, then she'll go ahead and add them. And she'll send them the rules. They'll read through them, and then she'll go ahead and change them and make them a moderator.
Perfect, but she'll take care of that. Great.
Yeah. And Linda's going to be our sheriff. She's going to be in there watching. She'll be looking for posts that maybe are off, or if somebody's trying to sell food or whatever. You guys have been great to kind of keep your eyes open for those kinds of things. But she's going to be the one to really keep an eye on that. She'll kind of check it several times a day. If we see something that needs to be brought down, we'll delete it, leave a comment of why. It will go right to the person. And we want to make sure it's nice, but we want to make sure they understand why. It'll go right to the person and we'll take care of it. If a moderator sees a problem, they take a picture of it and send it to their coach. So if Corinne saw something, Candy, she'd be like, okay, Candy, this is in Be a Loser Like Me. Then you could then go in and take it out. Okay, so sometimes when we're trying to invite people into the groups, I won't go through every little bit of this, but sometimes it's hard when you click invite or you're trying to tag their name. For some reason, it's not working. It can get a little glitchy. So there's like 4 different ways we can, or more than that you can try to get it to work. And you can just look down here. One of the things that works the best is putting the @ symbol before their name. Oftentimes that makes it so you can tag them. So that's the one thing that I would suggest, so along with these others if you need help. And then you could also send them the group link and have them request to join. And then if the coach is trying to get someone in and they need you as an ED would be the one to approve them. They could get their client or their potential client to come in to the group, and then you would go in and approve it, right? So we kind of need that so we can keep track of who is adding who. So this is a really important section. And tomorrow I'm going to be posting a little video into Synergy along with these rules. So you guys can all read through them really carefully and also have your coaches read through them. So if you could tag your coaches and then I'll ask the coaches to please put done in the comments when they've read through them. Then Linda will go through and make them all moderators. So be watching for that tomorrow, okay? Okay, so there was one thing that we were talking about. They suggested we have us not post anything about our personal programs in there because that can lead toward coach shopping. If you mentioned that you are diabetic or that you had fibromyalgia or you had rheumatoid arthritis or whatever, they may go, oh, I want her to coach me because she understands me, or he gets it because he had diabetes and heart disease too. They don't let their coaches put their own stories in there, but I don't think that that's ever been a problem for us. I think that we haven't really had a problem with that. The other thing that they have, oh, go ahead. Oh, TJ, you're clapping.
Actually, I had a comment about that. I just had a thought. You know, with us putting people who have just had health assessment that may not be really close friends with that could be a problem. We're going to have a shift of our culture, having people in there who are not on program. So we might contemplate and think about that one a little bit more before.
Yes, I agree. That's the reason why it hasn't been a problem, because they're already connected to a coach.
Correct.
But we now, guys, we are now, I'm going to put it out there and ask your opinion, but I really feel like this could be huge for us. Transformation Room is a tool, but it doesn't have the energy that we need, and it hasn't worked for everybody the way we'd hoped that it would work. the videos are a great tool. The health assessment is a great tool. But what we've feel that really will work well is to follow the lead of other leaders who have been doing this for years. And they bring in their potentials after a health assessment, they add them into this group. And this group drips on them. And then they can tag their potentials in posts and they keep track of them in here. And they work with them until they're ready to start. This could be huge, guys, for us if we do it right. That's why these rules are so important, these guidelines. So it might be better, since we don't have people already attached to coaches all the time. One of the obvious rules is to never ever, whoever brought them in the group is who you guide them back to. You would always really edify that person and guide them right back to them. But just to avoid that whole situation, we might want to really think about that. What do you guys think?
So like not sharing any, like if it's, even if it's not specific, not sharing anything from our coach's journey, like.
I think you could say, I'm so grateful. Today's my 3-year anniversary of losing 55 pounds. I love this program. It's been such a joy, and I'm so grateful to be able to help others with it.
Okay. Just nothing specific, like specific niches. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. What do you guys think?
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And I just, and the reason is because in the, one of our groups, I had somebody else's invite to the group actually pursue me to coach her as a coach. And I have finally got her attached back to the person that invited her into Living an Abundant Life. But I see how easy that was because she had no attachment to that lady whatsoever. And she saw me and connected to me from my story. And yeah, anyways, I see that.
Yeah. And TJ just did the exact right thing and hooked her up with who invited her in. So that's perfect. Okay, so then this just shows how to leave a note when you've taken down a post for whatever reason, how to leave a note about why you did it so we can track what the situation was. So I won't go through exactly there, but please read through these tomorrow. And I'm just, I'm asking if you guys feel that this will be something that can really boost our businesses.
I actually did put somebody in there the other day. She thinks I can't afford a coach. She doesn't know the whole thing, but I just put her in there, and I think it is dripping on her. I think it's really good because she's commenting here and there. And I think if like what TJ's advice is having our clients go in there and post, then even if we're posting less, the clients will be posting more, which I think is really awesome energy.
Yeah. Well, and I think we will be posting a lot, just maybe not about our own personal stuff, but we still will want to really lock that into our rocks of our week, that, going in and checking Be a Loser Like Me and putting a post in, on the daily, or commenting around on the daily would be really valuable. It will bring a lot of value in that group, and we'll see it just become so powerful. I really believe it.
Yeah, and I want to comment on that too.
Yeah.
Don't back down on your posting. Please don't back down in your posting. That's not at all what we're saying. But we do want to encourage others to. We want it popping. It doesn't pop. I mean, you take a good looking meal and take a picture, put it on there. I love seeing those. You got people asking questions. Go back, respond to all of those. For the first 6 weeks, tag people on that on the Habits of Health newsletter on Monday. For 6 weeks, tell them, hey, don't forget you got this. Don't forget you got this. And then talk to them when you talk to them. Say, don't forget about that. And just build that excitement. Draw them back in there. Draw them back in there. And then as you're talking to them at the end of the week, that first week one, tell them, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. You're down 7 pounds. Would you please post that on there? Or somebody has this aha moment. But then remember, we're in our books too. Jump in there. If something's on the Habits of Health stands out to you, jump in there and share something about it, whether it's a picture of your book, whether it's you going live, whether it's, something in the life book, but inspire. And I have to say, I do love the encouraging quotes, but encouraging quotes is not your life living out loud. We want your life living out loud. Who are you? How are you owning your health journey? And help your clients own their health journey. Get them inspired and encouraged. So, okay, that's all.
I love it. I love it. TJ, you're such a great example of this, because really Be a Loser Like Me is you and your clients have really, really been so powerful in there. So you know, advice well taken, because you've done a fantastic job doing that. So, okay, great. So guys, watch for the video tomorrow and the guidelines up there. And then we will have you tagging your team so that we can go ahead and get that moderation thing all fixed, and all of you will be EDs and beyond will be the admins. Okay, so next thing, really fast, we're gonna zip through this. Zoom after the Zooms. We really wanna add value to the Zoom after the Zooms. This is going to help us really create community as well within our coaching community. It's needing support, and you guys are all that. I mean, it's ours. And you know, when we talk about, do we do away with it? Do we not? When do we meet? Do we meet at all? When we have not met at all, that hasn't been good. People really miss it. So we bring it back. We do a short thing, and yet not many people are showing up. So it's like, okay, we've got to add value to it. So we would like to ask for 2 people to volunteer tonight for next Monday to come in and be able to give a 3-minute, and you have to time yourself. You need to set your timer, 3 minutes, no more than 3, to share a tidbit, something that you found that works well, some tip, something, some kind of a new tool that you found, or something out of your life book, or something that you shared with your clients, or an aha moment, or whatever it could be. It doesn't have to take 3, but 3 is the maximum of what you could share to add value on the Zoom after the Zooms. So who would like to offer to do that for next Monday? And could you support it? Would you support it? I guess I should ask that first.
Anybody?
Wow, it is dead silent. I guess I can try to come up with something next Monday.
So do you want to throw just like an example?
Yeah.
Seriously, like I today went live on my wall about unconscious incompetence. You know, something that stands out to you, just kind of explain that. Do you understand how we're owning health? So it could be something like that, or it could be, you know, I never realized, well, here's one. Do you know that when you order, you should order 22 boxes of fuelings? Do not let them send the free ones. You want the discount because they can't send back those 5 free ones, but if you order 22 and get the $117 worth of, I mean, something simple like that, something fast, you can kind of give it to people and they're like, oh, well, I need to be here to hear these little tips. You know, just something out of your habits of health, does not have to be coaching, but yet some of them should probably be coaching since we're coaching, but we have a journey. We're excited.
You could go into the units. You could go in the units and pick anything out of the units for coach training and say, did you realize in unit 1.2, there's this really great tip that maybe you aren't doing, but it's a really great one on follow-up. Would you guys like to know, you know, how it works, and just, you know, show what it is. Even if people have heard it before, it never hurts to hear it again. It could be so helpful.
I have 2. Then I mean, I talk too much, I feel, so that's why I sit there and I don't say anything, because I don't want to be. But I figured 2 things out about social media that were like revolutionary and helpful for me today, like this week. And one was, accidentally I had the lock on, and so I would put a post and it was locked, and I was like, oh, but then I realized, oh, that means I can practice. I can send it out without because inevitably I send something out, then an hour later I'm like, oh, that's awful. Then I go in and change it after half the people have seen it. So that was revolutionary. I can send it out with only me seeing it. And then I finally learned how to do on stories, the slidey, bigger, sideways, you know, with the words in the picture. And that was great. And then also I've decided I can practice. I can practice my social media posting in Team Synergy and fall into health, like safe places where, you know, I still want to do a good job, but I don't have to feel that panic that if it doesn't go perfectly, that I'm not going to, I don't know. I feel like you can practice in groups like that a little bit, right? So I don't know if those are valuable tips. I'm happy to share them. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that benefits from that.
No, I think it's very helpful. I think that's what we want. We want to create value. So, okay, so it looks like we've got Mattia said she'd do it. Candy, did you want to do it this time? Ricky? I don't know who.
I'll do it whenever you want. Just
Yeah.
pick us. I mean, you've got Mattia and Teresa that are both saying it. I can do it the week after. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
I'll
let's
do
do
the week after.
Okay, let's do Mattia and Teresa this week on the 7th, and Candy and Rosalie will do on the 14th. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we've got, and that's going to help a ton. We're still going to do little takeaways for the first couple of minutes, and then we'll make sure we get announcements made. We're going to give shout outs for new coaches that just came in. We're going to just say their name, welcome them really quick. We're going to also talk about people who've certified, people who reach new goals, like if they hit senior coach or manager that week. You guys as leaders get to be the ones to say to us, hey, we've got somebody to celebrate tonight for a second. Let us know what you've got so that we can make sure we do that. And then we'll do our 2 quick tips and be out of there. So I think it'll be really great. Okay? So speaking of the Thursday night celebration, we're going to do it the similar way. We're not going to take a ton of time going through every name of all the different things. Like this month is really going to be the last month we do this because we're going to have so many names on that graphic, we won't have time. But for right now, there's not very many this last month. So we're going to go ahead and read those names just this one last time. But then instead of having it be, just dragging on with announcements and whatever, we're going to have 3 people who have had the most success the prior month share what they're doing that is working. And it's going to be so packed with value that everybody's going to want to come in and they're going to want to learn. So we're going to have people who are just going to senior coach, people who have just reached associate director or double ranked or something, just whoever it is that's coming in and actually doing the work and having success. They're the ones that get to share with those of us who are working too and want to know what they're doing. So it's going to be really good. So Thursday nights, another thing we want to build that up so that it's a big team time where we are together, where we have community and culture. So we need your support, guys. It's just once a month for a half an hour on Thursday nights. And so it's going to happen tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. If you can invite your coaches, invite them to come and learn, get the tips they need to have success, it's going to be great. So plan on that one for tomorrow night. And then Monday, last thing, and then we'll let you go. This coming Monday night is new coach training. We have 4 new coaches. We have one from Jay's team, Dawn Gallagher. We have TJ has one, Samantha. I can't remember her last name, Samantha's last name.
Oh, hey, I don't know.
It's kind of hard. And then I have Shauna Bradford. You met her last week. And then there's one more. Who was it? I know we have one more. So it is
Liz Kohler.
Liz Kohler. Yeah, Valerie's Liz Kohler. She is the new one. Yep. So we're going to have a new coach training that will be happening during the Zoom, the Dr. A's call and the other call. And that's going to be a really great call this week, guys. By the way, for those coaches who are beyond senior coach, be sure to invite them. It's going to be super good on planting seeds right now, because these next 2 weeks are the time to be planting seeds so people know you as the expert for health. When they go to choose somebody to partner with, when they go to start their first of the year resolutions, you want to be the person that they're thinking of right after Christmas. They want to partner with you to get started. So it's going to be great Monday night, but TJ's going to take it and she's going to run that new coach training. I have a family engagement that night that I'm so excited for. Our boy is getting home from his mission on Friday, and we are all going to the Forgotten Carols. So It's at the movie theater, and we all have to sit apart, but that's okay. So TJ's going to do that. She's going to do a great job, and it would be great if you have a new coach in your team that you're there with them and support her in that. It'll be super. She's going to just help them get really comfortable. Then after that, she's going to move them into the Zoom after the Zooms, and you guys can welcome them in again. And we're excited to have the format follow how we've talked about tonight. So, so if you guys can support all of those things, I appreciate it so much. Do you feel good about it?
Most definitely.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, because when we all work together, amazing things happen. And energy sparks, people are drawn to us, and they just won't be able to resist us. That's all there is to it.
Don't forget Teresa. Fall into help.
That's right. And Teresa, now I'm turning it over to you.
We're doing great in the group. I think everybody is super helpful. Those who reached out to me saying they can post, I'm giving them a post and a time and teaching a lot of them how to schedule. A lot of you know how to schedule. It's really hopping in there, I think. Like Rosalie said, it was a great place to do some practicing because I know she did one of her first lives yesterday. I think it was great. So the question would be then, if we have Be a Loser and Highway to Health, yeah, good job. Do we want to, at the end, somehow offer these people to come in there?
Yes, I agree. I think if we say to them, we have a quick health assessment we'd love to give you at the end of this thing, just to make sure we can give you additional support for your goals. And if you've loved this kind of a group, we can, kind of guide them into that group, right?
Perfect. I think it'd be great. This survey, I said, everybody had so many concerns that they had, but when it came down to it, 30 out of 40 were most concerned about weight loss. So just keep guiding them towards all that.
I love it. So
I don't have any other comments. Anybody else have any comments?
It's so good.
And I appreciate it. Yeah, it's
thank you, Teresa.
You bet, you guys. It's awesome. I love how when you are the one to post, you're the one that goes in and answers all the questions. And others can get in there too. I just think it's really great because it's keeping it popping. I mean, we're getting 50, 60, 70 comments on posts. That's just phenomenal.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy we want to keep going in these other groups. That's what we want to see. That's
exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking when I was seeing this group, I'm like, this is what you want in there. So if we can close this out at the end of the month and all jump over there, that'd be great.
Yeah, so good. So good. And just speaking about it, that strength in numbers is part of that. It's just a lot of strength in numbers when we all as a team work together. And I know Kara is not here. She's at a Dreampreneur workshop at Disney World this week, which I'm sure is going to be awesome. But I think she talked to you guys, Teresa, before about possibly coming in and being part of Synergy for a while.
Yep,
right?
we agreed. I think we all talked about it, and I think that's what we want to do.
Awesome. Because we need that extra energy in there too. I think it'll be great for us all to be in there working together in synergy. When we get these things going, it's just going to help everybody's team grow so much. Yeah. So, okay, guys. Well, again, thanks for being here. We love you all, and we're so excited for the future. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, one last thing I got to show you just before I order it. I have my little invitation ready for what we're sending out to everybody for their invitations for our January 2nd team event. So this is a postcard. Here's the postcard right here. And it's got the before and after of a snowman right there, if you can see it. And it says, "Happy holidays. You're part of our family. You coach because you care. We're having a powwow. You got to be there. We've got some great tools. We know they'll excite. You'll want to come learn so your business ignites. Your awesome future for you does await. Join in this event. It's going to be great."
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
So there's that. And then here's the backside. When they turn it over, it will have this.
Oh, cute.
I love it.
It's got Paxman Organization Coaches Unite. The world needs you. Currently modeling healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finance. The best gift is health. Quotes. That's a quote by Santa Claus. Paxman Organization. Paxman Organization 2021 kickoff event. You are invited to create your future. When? January 2nd, 2021. Where? Zoom, ID number 801-636-5295. Time, 7 a.m. PT, 8 a.m. Mountain, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. No masks allowed. Can't wait to see your face. Merry Christmas from the Paxmans, Jan, Dan, Nat, and Emily, and we'll sign our names down here.
That's awesome. That's
So,
great.
do you guys think it'll be worthwhile to get our peeps there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so cute.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead then and I'll send off that invite. We'll send out 500 of those. And if you guys are following up and inviting your coaches, I think we'll get a really good turnout.
Is there an invitation on Team Synergy yet for that? Like
I'm going to get we'll get a graphic and we'll have it out tonight so that you can start sending that around as well.
Okay.
I just had to finalize getting this figured out, and then I'll get it ordered. Then we'll make a graphic with the snowman on it, and it'll be cute. Okay, all right, guys. Thank you so much. Love you all. We'll see you tonight.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
You're the best ever.